Hey guys, Tan here. What am I gonna say? Um, yeah, this video is kind of a just an update on me. Kind of already did one of those ones, but it's not an update on me right this second. Like in the I don't know what I'm saying, guys. It's a funny update, basically, pretty much. I definitely need to edit this one to post the pictures because without the pictures, it's not as fun context. So I'm gonna edit this one. I'm gonna post pictures. Yeah. Hopefully, I know I didn't think this one out, so hopefully, I know the pictures in my head when I'm talking about them before I post them. I don't remember anything of my stats and stuff like that that I wanted to say. I really should have did some bullet points for this one. But yeah, so many of you guys know I don't even remember how long ago I should have checked dates and stuff like this. Because a while ago I did I started a video where I was starting to work out again and I did a cycle, right? Where the light just flickered. Yeah, so I did a video. I'm sure some of you, maybe not all of you, will remember. So I did a cycle. Sorry, I did a video where I started a cycle. Can't remember what happened and early, whatever. This was maybe 2 years ago, I think, but I don't remember. Maybe it was longer, 2.5 years ago. Since then, in this past 2 years, I've done a couple. I did actually a couple more cycles. I don't remember exactly. 2 to 3 ish. As many of you guys know, it's been like so. I'm like basically 35 now, and I was really hardcore and in love with bodybuilding. If you yeah bodybuilding, whatever, fitness in general. Between like ages 17 to like early 20s, like, I really loved it, but I had no clue what I was doing. You know what I mean? I was overtraining nonstop. I was under some most of the time under eating, but mostly eating the wrong things, like trying to gain off weight gain shakes and stuff like that. And I just burnt myself out so bad, like stuffing my face with endless weight gain shakes and training balls to the wall 5 to 6 days a week, high volume to insane failure of extremely low reps. Like my first program ever was max OT, if any of you know it, which is 5 to 7 reps to complete failure. But I didn't just follow that. I did that in more because, more is better. If I work out more, I'm going to gain more muscle. So I do over the top volume. And yeah, and I really hurt myself for growing adequately early on, and it just burnt me the hell out. Um, but some of you see my progress pictures. So since my early 20s, it's basically been like me every once a year or twice a year. I'll start working out again. I don't work out at all during that time frame. I'll start working out again, and I'll maybe do a small cycle, and I get most of my gains back. Sorry, I'll get my gains back, and then let's say beyond. So the past like over 10 years, I do like there's a handful of cycles I've only done, and the rest of the time I'm barely eating and I'm not working out. So I'll shrink back down to like a normal person size and whatnot. So yeah, that's what I do. But the past 2 years I tried to do a cycle or two, right? And I think two of them usually I just it's not in me anymore. Like I don't have that crazy passion for. I just do to look decent again and stuff like that. And I regain my weight and I look decent, and it'll last for a good few months. And and then I completely quit work. I will completely quit working out. I just shrink down, yeah, and whatever. But yeah, the past 2.5 or so years, as I keep saying, I've done a couple cycles, and all these cycles something was off. I knew something was off, but I just would blame it on because even when I start doing cycle again, everybody knows I only suggest 4 to 6 week cycles. I wasn't getting the same androgenic effects that I used to get from androgenic anabolic effects. So I noticed that my fat loss wouldn't be as great, and I noticed my muscle gain wouldn't be as good, but I would blame that on my diet. So when I was hard into it, well, when I knew what to do, I did a cycle or two where I was really good at it, and I ate properly and I ate good, and I saw amazing gains. In the past, like, a few years when I would try and do a small cycle, I ate nowhere as good as I should and need it. You know what I mean? So example, most of the time I'd end up getting like 3 meals a day, and just trying to eat more. And then half the time when I do that, my 3 meals wouldn't be what I wanted to eat in the amount I wanted to eat. So, I wasn't doing that. And so in my head, it was like, okay, my gains aren't what they should be because obviously I'm not eating what I know I should be and what I've seen happen to my body before. And that's all, like a guarantee. You're not eating what you should be, or you're not going to gain how you should be. But I still, I didn't feel like anything was actually fully off because of that. I knew something was off, but like it was definitely easily, what's the word? It was easily, um, um, I can't think of the proper word, guys. Sorry, but it's easily caused by how I was dieting, eating. Um, so yeah, I did a couple cycles and I gained great. I'm gonna post the pictures. I'm actually shocked how well. I'm not shocked how I gained a great. I knew. I just know my body. Anyways, but something was a little bit off, and I feel like each time. Here's the thing: I can't even say that because I was not eating anywhere near how I used to. I used to eat a lot more, a lot better, whatever. So I'm shocked at the gains I got. Anyways, what I'm getting at here is, so the gear I had been using, and because I rarely use, I'll buy. Oh, sorry, I don't buy anything. The stuff I had, whatever I'll buy, it'll last me for a while. You know what I mean? So I'm not constantly buying. I buy something that lasts me 2 years. Um, Here's a funny thing to go with this before I say this. I always tell everybody, and this is my advice forever, because since I was doing this since my late teens, whatever, and I seen it all in so many sources come and go. It's been like 20 years now since I've been researching in this game or whatever. They would be the best source ever. A source would be like, oh, everybody would be like, this source is amazing. Their stuff is great. And then like a year, 2 years, 3 years, doesn't matter how long, all of a sudden, oh, they get out of it because their shit's bunk, fake, or this or that. Or like when that Switzerland, I think it was Sweden. Yeah, I think it was Sweden. They had that site where you could send to the government to do drug testing, like for party drugs mostly, because they wanted to prove that, hey, you're not getting what you're getting. And a bunch of people started sending steroids to them too. And some of the top best known steroids, this was I forget how many years ago, all were coming back like at like 10% even of the label claims. And these are the best sources out there. So for years now, I always tell all my clients, everybody, I'm like, one, never trust the source forever. Two, always get your stuff tested and get it frequently, test it every so often. You can never trust the source forever. And I went against my own advice and I used the source. I was like, I just want something quick and, I was going to say domestic. I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted something quick and easy. And, yeah. And, here's a funny thing. This source, it was, very big. Multiple big pros actually are claimed to have used this source. One from the word from his mouth, and maybe he's possibly suspected that this guy runs this source. I don't know. I don't want to really get into that. Anyways, yeah, knew something was off. Sent my gear to get tested, and my Deca 250 milligrams a milliliter was 60 milligrams a milliliter. And as you guys know, I like to keep my doses a little bit lower. So what I thought I was on 400 milligrams, I was really on 100 milligrams. Does that sound right? Is my math right? So I was on about 100 or something milligrams. So the pictures I'm gonna post from these cycles, funny enough, was me running a HR, not even an HRT dose of Deca, but basically we'll just call it an HRT dose of Deca. 100 milligrams Deca a week were my gains. So again, this video is kind of more so just it's a warning, but also funny that I can't believe I thought I went against my own ruling to always test your stuff, and I'm actually surprised I gained what I gained off 100 milligrams of Deca. So here, sorry, there's two things I wanted to add to this, because I think all of them are, I was using insulin, or most of them, I know for the most part. So if any guy's curious, this is what a insulin almost solo cycle will give, an insulin plus low HRT dose of Deca. Funny because most people don't even run 100 milligrams a test and call it HRT, right? Everybody's 125, 150, 200. So here is literally what basically insulin solo will get you, and 100 milligrams of Deca, basically natural-ish, depending on how you look at it. So I'm going to be posting these pictures probably as I'm talking, or maybe I already posted them by the time I edit this video. So I gain good each time. I can't remember if I have, because like I said, I did 2 or 3 cycles. but this over the course of like 2.5 years, right? So I worked out and I did my cycle, and then I completely stopped training in between these. So I shrunk back down, you know what I mean? Go like 6+ months, zero training, barely eating, and I didn't recover my hormones, and I don't do HRT, so my hormones are bottomed out. So obviously I lose size. But as you can see from the pictures, I can't remember the numbers. It sucks because I'll maybe add them to the titles of them because I can't remember my gains. But I'm pretty sure both cycles I gained like 30+ pounds, and I look pretty I gained, some pretty freaking decent size back within 4 weeks of a cycle, or both the cycles were 4 weeks. So each cycle I gained, 4 weeks on 100 milligrams of Deca and insulin solo, and the fat gain wasn't bad. I normally I lean up on my cycles. This is just how my body goes. Like I can eat so much and a lot, and as soon as the anabolics enter me, I lean up as I get bigger. These cycles I stayed about the same body fat. I think I maybe lost maybe a tiny-ish a bit. But yeah, so insulin solo and 100 milligrams of Deca. This is what it looks like. Pictures posted now, before, I don't know. Yeah, or that is what it looked like. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. Anyways, thanks again for watching, guys. Thanks everybody for supporting me. Thanks for everybody on my forum, my website, team.com. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for sharing my videos and commenting and encouragement, all that. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, that's all. Have a good night.